Omweso is the traditional mancala game of the Ugandan people. The game was supposedly introduced by the Bachwezi people of the ancient Bunyoro-kitara Empire of Uganda. Nowadays the game is dominated by Ugandan villages. It is a very hard and fast game said to keep one's mind high and ever excited, which can make it addictive. The equipment needed for the game is essentially the same as that of the bow game. Omweso is strictly related to a wide family of mancalas found in eastern and southern Africa. These include koro in the Lango region of Uganda, Awit in Sudan, in Namibia, Komb in Lamu, Mongel in Mombasa, Mongoro in Congo, Ijasoro in Rwanda, and Kyela in Angola. The name Omweso is derived from Swahili word michezo, which means game. Rules. Equipment. Omweso requires a board of 32 pits, arranged with 8 pits lengthwise towards the players, and 4 pits deep. Each player's territory is the 16 pits on their side of the board. In addition, 64 undifferentiated seeds are needed. This equipment is the same used for many variants of Omweso as well as for the bow game from Zanzibar and Tanzania. Unlike bow boards, Omweso boards have no special pit. Object. The normal way to win the game is to be the last player to be able to make a legal move, possible by capturing all an opponent's stones or reducing the opponent to no more than 1 seed in each pit. Alternatively, a player can win by capturing on both ends of the board in one turn. Set up before the game, 4 seeds are placed in each of the 8 pits closest to a player to ensure that both players have exactly 32 seeds. The first player is chosen by lot. This player arranges all owned seeds on their side of the board according to preference. Then, the second player also arranges their seeds. The first player then makes the first sowing move. Sowing. Example turn. Preparing to sow from the highlighted hole. Sowing captures 6 seeds. The 6 captured seeds are resown from the starting hole. Play consists of turns. Each move may involve several laps. A player moves by selecting a pitch with at least 2 seeds, and sowing them one by one around their side of the board in a counterclockwise direction from the starting pit. The player may only sow from one of the 16 pits in their territory, and the sowing proceeds around this territory, not directly involving the opponent's side. Although in the past it was common for players to spend much time in thought, in modern tournaments only 3 seconds of thought is allowed per turn. The referee counts Omu, Ebiri, and if the turn is not started the other player may steal it. Relay sowing. If the last sowed seed lands in an occupied pit, then all seeds in that pit, including the one just placed, are immediately sown, before the opponent's turn. This continues until the last sowing ends in an empty pit. Capturing. If the last seed sown lands in one of the player's 8 inner pits, which is occupied, and furthermore both the opponent's pits in this same column are occupied, then all seeds from these 2 pits are captured and sown starting from the pit where this capturing lap began. Reverse capturing. Instead of sowing in a counterclockwise direction, a player may sow clockwise from any of their 4 leftmost pits if this results in a capture. Upon re-entering these reverse captured seeds, the player may sow them clockwise again, if and only if this play results in a direct capture. The player may also choose to sow reverse captured seeds in the usual counterclockwise manner, and there is no compulsion to play one direction or the other when the choice is available. During a relay sowing move, one lap of which ends at one of the 4 leftmost pits, a player may also change direction and begin sowing the next leg of the move clockwise, if and only if this play results in a direct capture. Alternate victory conditions. The normal way to win the game is to be the last player left with a legal move. However, there are 2 additional victory conditions. In addition, a special win called akawambi occurs when a player captures seeds from each of an opponent's pits in one turn. In a tournament, this may be weighted several times a more mundane victory. Never-ending moves. It is possible for a move to lead to a never-ending sowing sequence. In tournament play, a player is allowed up to 3 minutes to finish his move. If this cannot be done, the game is annulled. Never-ending Omweso moves have been of some mathematical interest. The Mayer test can be used to determine whether a position can lead to a never-ending sowing.